This now, eNCA's Pule Letshwiti-Jones covering the conference for us, the ANC Youth League elective conference at that. He joins us once again back to give us this update. And I'm just wondering, rather, Pule, whether, everything is going well in terms of those registration processes out at conference.
Yeah. Good morning. Definitely. We're still seeing other delegates coming in here to register, of course, making their way inside the Omonde venue, of course, which is a center where they are receiving their tags and where the registration processes are currently taking place as well. We've seen numerous delegates from as far as Limpopo, the Free State, the Northwest, and of course Eastern Cape as well. But of course, all of this is coupled with a lot of challenges where some are also questioning whether the credibility of this conference is something which will not be taken into serious consideration when the outcomes are finally ended, when we finally have a new leadership that has, of course, been elected. And I'm now speaking to one of the leaders from the Vembe region, of course, in Limpopo, which is the second biggest region in the province as well. He joins me now. Dumelo, thank you very much for chatting to me this morning. Now, I know you've had a set of grievances as well, but I just want you to unpack it for us. What are your challenges?
Let me start by saying good morning to you and your viewers. Look, we have many challenges. As you would know, a conference is a conference of branches, and it should be composed of branch delegates. But the challenge we have with this conference is that in our region, those who are legitimate branch delegates have been sidelined, with the secretary literally just filling packages and just appointing delegates for branches. And we are still here shocked to say how such thuggery is allowed and there is no repercussions for it. We have written to the NYTT. You might have seen it in their statement to say there are issues in Vembe, serious issues. And those issues are genuine issues. Branch leaders don't even know delegates to their branches, but they are the ones who presided over BGMs. So those are the challenges we are facing. We have even, to a certain extent, went to demand an answer from the NYTT, but with everything that's going on, it seems like we're blue-ticked and we're not getting any answer. They are not saying anything to us or communicating anything to us. We have tried all attempts to reach out to them, but we have no answer. Our delegates could not come here because they are not sure if they will be registered. But from what we have seen, there are random individuals from our region who have been taken and they are being registered as the branch delegates. So those are the challenges we are having right now.
Before I proceed with you, I just want to show you, Dumelo, of course, these are some of the delegates who are coming here to come and receive tags and branches. But of course, there's been genuine concerns which have been raised by those who are coming from the Vembe region, which is the second biggest region in Limpopo as well. And they're really saying that, they're quite worried that there are those who are representing their region, but they were not even part of the BGM meetings and processes. Maybe, Dumelo, let me come back to you again before I let you go. What's the next step from here? What are you going to be doing next?
Look, we have spoken to the leadership of the NYTT, and we are still awaiting a response. Certain delegates have been registered, but we have decided we have also been advised by the regional leadership of Vembe to say we must desist from going to court. Besides us being right and knowing that we are right, we must desist from taking the organization to court. So we have agreed that we are going to let this process pass. The legitimacy will be determined by branches themselves. One can steal the conference, but whatever happens after that will be different, because these are young people they are supposed to lead. These are branches, legitimate branches of the ANC Youth League that they're supposed to lead. But if they're going to steal their way into any position of leadership, the reality will catch up with them eventually.
Thank you very much, of course, Dumelo, from the Vembe region, of course. But I'm just going to continue showing you the visuals of some of those who are here at Dumelo today. I believe they will be part and parcel of the process of ensuring that they register, collect their tags, then participate in the conference, which will eventually take place. When we spoke to the national organizer, Mr. Zwelo Masilela, just a few hours ago, he had said, of course, that they anticipate that this conference may get underway by today. But me and you, Dumelo, know that, there has been numerous delays when ANC hosts its conferences, like we saw with the national conference as well. There were delays with the registration process. We've also seen with some of the provincial conferences that have been taking place, and of course regional conferences. This process is one which challenges the ANC as well as the ANC Youth League when coming to registration process. But we'll wait and see what happens next. And we now see that these are some of the young lions who are making their way here today at the Omonde Center. But I just wanted to throw to a bite. I spoke to one provincial leader of the ANC Youth League in the Free State, Maibuya. He also had numerous challenges that he was raising as well earlier on. Let's just take a listen and hear what he had to say when I spoke to him earlier on.
No conference that will sit or congress that will not be allowed to contest each other's young people or have different view, and will not shy away to express our different view in terms of leadership that we want, because the leadership that we want is a leadership that will defend the autonomy of the youth league. It's a leadership that will not listen to ANC leaders to champion interests of young people. So we're very clear as Free State. There is some noise nyana that Free State is divided. Free State is not divided. There are just some friends of delegates inside here that have been allowed to enter. We also feel unsafe in here because we are surprised that people are allowed to enter here while they are not even delegates inside. So we are not even sure that we are safe, because this is a process of registration of delegates. There is security, there is everyone. But everyone can just enter while they are not even delegates. But it's fine. There are no issues. We'll meet at Nazareth when conference starts.
Okay, so those are some of the challenges that we've heard from the ANC Youth League provincial official, of course, in the Free State, Maibuye, who are speaking to us. But of course, let me speak to those who have arrived here as well. Let's get a bit of action. I'm chatting to Kopano Kuno from the ANC Youth League in the Northwest. Mr. Kuno, thank you very much for speaking to us. How many of you are here today, and how are the processes going so far as registration and collecting tags as far?
Okay, thank you very much to the listeners and the viewers at home. We are almost around about 300 delegation of Northwest. We are about 250 as registered already. We are busy fixing the last registration delegation inside. Thank you.
And then, has there been any challenges? Some are complaining that the credibility of this conference should be questioned, as there are those who are here as delegates, but they were not even part of the BJ meetings that sat, some of the meetings that sat in preparation for this conference.
Comrades, this conference is very prepared. We must never ever allow anyone to drag this conference, because we are ready for the ANC Youth League National Conference. It's been a very, very long time. The NYTT has dealt with the issues of dispute the entire whole week within the PGCs of entire provinces around. We have been attended to. So comrades can come here and complain. We are very ready for this conference. This conference is very key. Thank you.
And tell me, just before I let you go, you're a young person. A lot of challenges young people are facing. Youth unemployment amongst other issues as well. How would you want this conference to resonate with young people in South Africa as well? Why should they be interested when watching this conference?
Yeah, it's very worrisome, because the true reflection and the reality is that this is Friday, is a normal working day. Young people are full here in conferences yesterday. It's a true reflection that the young people in this country, they are the ones who are at the higher level of unemployment, who are facing this entire challenge and the thorny issue of unemployment. So we have hope and confidence in the upcoming leadership of the ANC Youth League on this conference. We are ready. We are confident in Collen Maine that is going to take us places. We are very ready. We are very confident and content about it.
Thank you very much. Before you go, maybe you can just step aside here. That's Mr. Kuno, of course, from the northwest of the ANC. They're saying that they are ready. But you also get a sense that, of course, now there are twisted views. Some are saying that this conference wasn't properly prepared. Others are saying, look, this conference was prepared. The ANC Youth League, NYTT, did place all measures to ensure that whoever has disputes should come forward and have them resolved. So those are some of the twisted views we're getting, of course, from the delegates that are here and officials that are here today who are going to be participating in this conference.
And you can definitely hear that there is a sense of urgency in ensuring that the elective conference goes ahead, but also equally those concerns might raise, some, I suppose, considerations when it comes to seeking to the courts in terms of satisfying themselves. The members here I'm referring to with regards to certain challenges and dissatisfaction with processes, colleague. But we'll have to wait and see how, of course, it pans out. But we'll be sure to catch up with you as soon as there are any other developments. That's Pule Letshwiti-Jones out for us in, of course, the ANC Youth League's elective conference. It's a registration process at this point until delegates begin with the voting processes. But